So thank you everyone for joining us today. And the idea of all these workouts are like it will take you through like the warm up routine first, like the things which you should do before a run, then kind of some leg and uh, core workouts. And we'll see like the exercises might be different, like what we'll do today might be different than what you guys would do maybe on Sunday, or if someone is doing the evening session it might be like slightly different. But overall the idea is have the kind of warm up kind of routine first, followed by workout which cover kind of like the whole body, starting from legs or starting from like the core, and then end it with more kind of like this something called static stretches, which are kind of like cooling down exercises. So that's the idea. So the warm up exercises and the cooling down exercises are something that you should also do before and after your workout, after your actual run. So we'll go through the whole process. And today, what? Any, did anyone say something?
No, that's me. Hi, I'm sorry I'm late.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like we're just starting. And today we'll take it like slowly. I'll go through the exercises, talk about like some of the mistakes that some people do and like how to do this correctly. And also I'll talk about like sometimes you'll hear people saying, okay, this is how this exercise should be done, but always there are like rooms for little bit of like variations because everyone's body is kind of little bit different based on like length of their limbs, and also we'll go through all that. So the first thing I would like, everyone can see me?
Yes.
All right. So the first thing we'll start is something called leg swings. So just stand somewhere, and if you have like a something around you, you can just hold it like maybe a chair or a table or something, and just like swing your leg like gently. Just maybe try around 12, 15 on each leg. So this basically activates your like hip muscles, like all this area. Yeah, do stop me in case you have any question. Same thing on other side. All right. So the next one is kind of squats. So what we'll do is wherever you are standing, have your leg around like shoulder width or hip width apart, and then just place your hand whichever way you feel comfortable, maybe front, maybe like this, and then just go gently down and up. Around 6 to 10, and just one set. We'll get more in details of sports later, but this is just like for warm up. Okay, so the next thing is calf raise. So just look at my legs. Again, be in the same squat position and then just go up and down like this. Push it through your toes and then gently down. Around 6 repetitions. Once it's done, try to make the angle wider like this. Like open your leg more like wide and then again same thing. 6 repetitions. Now again same thing, but this time make the angle narrower, like an acute angle, with your toes pointing inside. Again same thing. These calves raises are like really important for long distance running. Because your calf muscle, for long distance running, like calf muscles are like the most important muscle group. It's very important to like warm them properly. Again, around 6 to 8 repetitions. So once that's done, then we'll do leg raises like this. Around 12 on each side. Now we'll raise it like back, like try to hit your hip with your ankle, like this. Again 12 on each side. Any questions so far? All good? So next we are doing something called door opening, which is like you raise your leg like this and then bring it side and then down. So something like this, as if you are like opening a door. Around 6 to 8 repetitions for each leg. Try to do it as smoothly as possible. If you are not able to raise it this high, then just raise it little bit and then gently, but try to do it like gently without like any disbalance. This is also a good warm up before the run because it helps you open your like inner thigh and like the outer portion of the hip. So now we'll do door closing, which is the same exercise but in reverse order. So you bring it from side and then inside. So this focuses more on like the outside hip part. Okay. So next there are like ankle up, downs and rotations. So just one leg at a time, around 8 repetitions of like just taking your like foot up and down. And try to like stretch it at the extreme points. Like when it's like this, then try to like have that stretch like this, and then when you are like pulling it up, then try to like stretch it. So when going down, you should feel stretch here, and when coming up, you should feel the stretch here. Then the other leg. Then side, like this. Instead of this, now we'll do this. And the last one is rotation. So same thing, but like rotated. 6 clockwise, 6 anti-clockwise for each leg. Any questions so far? Next are side way. You bend like this, like stand with your feet hip width apart, and then around 8 to 10 repetitions for each side. In doing this, like avoid going like this, instead like just sideways. And maybe someone like not everyone will have the same level of mobility, so that's fine. Whatever your body allows, just go that much. But yeah, avoid going like this or like this. Yeah. Next one are hip twisters. So just have your hand in the same position which you have when you run. Like some people run like this, some people run like this, that's fine. And then just twist like. Your leg, like you can stay like this, like without any motion in your leg, or you can like give it little bit of twist, even with like your leg like this. Both are fine. Like you can do some repetitions without moving your legs and some repetitions with like twisting your leg as well. So this mostly covers up the dynamic stretch and the warm up, which you should kind of do before each run. Maybe not do 10 repetitions, but do like 5 repetitions, but this kind of like warms up your lower body. So what we'll do is, because today's workout session is just not about lower body, we'll also do like some upper body warm up. So like arm rotations like this. Around 10 in one direction and then 10 in the reverse direction. Now hands like this and then small circles. Down. And then neck rotations. Around 6 to 8 repetitions in each direction. All right. So the last workout for the warm up would be jumping jacks. So like this. Yeah, around 12 to 20. Okay, so now we are moving. So this ends the warm up part of the workout. So now we are moving to like more leg focused workout. So the first exercise would be like at the same place wherever you are standing. Just we'll do like light toe jumps. It's similar to jumping jacks, but like at the same position, and keep doing it like for a minute. You can like just count in your mind like 1, 2, 3, 4. Generally, like in 1 second, you jump 2 times. So that, or if someone has a stopwatch, that also helps. Yeah, for this one, both your landing and your launch should be like on your toe area, like the ball of the feet, which is like this portion, the front portion. Agniva. Yeah. If 1 minute is complete, you can like stop, take a rest of 15 to 20 seconds. And the next workout would be something similar but slightly higher jump, something called squat jump. So what we'll do is we'll go in squat position, like not very deep, light, and then jump high and then again land. So the last part of the jump, as you can see, like my feet. So the last part of the jump should be like this, like from the front up, again land on your front part of the feet, go down, and then again jump. So as you go down, your like point of contact with your foot should move towards back, and then again when you are going up, it will again like should move front and then jump, something like that. Again, we'll keep doing this for about 30 seconds to a minute. And the hand position could be whatever you feel convenient. yeah, try to focus more on like landing smoothly. No need to like focus more on like jumping very high or very like powerfully, but more like even if you are not able to jump like very high, just go light like this. Okay, so if you are done, just rest for around 15-20 seconds. Everyone's doing fine? Did anyone break sweat? Did like anyone sweating? Cool. Yeah, that's so different, even with or without fan. Alright, so now we are kind of. What is Agniva doing? Agniva? Are you trying to say something, Agniva? Okay.
No, I'm not. I had to unmute to say something.
Okay, so next we are going to do lunges. So lunges are of like different kinds. You'll see some people like doing stationary lunges, some people will be like holding a lunge position. But what a lunge basically looks like this. You take your feet apart like this, you go lower, and then you come down. Some things to remember when you are in this position in lunges, your knees should not touch this because that's the point. Like because it's like an standing workout, you don't want. This will take all the support like to the knee, so that kills the purpose. So go down, but not like don't touch the ground with your knee. Another important aspect is for your front leg. Try not to take your knee in front, like further from your toe. So it should be something like this, and then up. And for your back leg, I'll put it here. For your back leg, it should look something like this. Like it need not be like very dramatic like this, but something like this. And the back thigh should be not. It could be like perpendicular to the ground, but generally it's like slightly back. Like this. So what we'll do is we'll do this kind of lunge around 12 repetitions for each leg. So this position, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now sides change. We'll do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you have difficulty like maintaining the balance while going down, you may not go that deep. Maybe do something like this, light, and then gradually you can go more and more. So yeah, that's the lunge. So that's the first set, and the second exercise is squat. So we already did squat, but now I'll go into like more detail. of squats. So it's a very simple exercise, as most of you know. You take your leg around shoulder width apart, and then you go down and up. While going down, try that your thighs should point in the same direction as your feet, like this. So this angle should be like this, should be like aligned, like this should be aligned with this. From side, it should look something like this. Now, there are like many constraints you can put on your squat. Some people say that your knee should not go beyond your toes, because taking your knees beyond your toes kind of puts more pressure on your knees, but that will then hamper you, like how much deep you are going. So if you are not letting your knee go beyond your toe, it might become very difficult to go beyond like this depth. Whereas if you allow your knee to go beyond your toes, you can go into higher depth, but then you do have like more like pressure on your knees. So what I would say is like start with like very shallow squat, something like this, not letting your knee go way beyond your toes. Little bit, if it goes like an inch or so, it's fine, and then up. And during the process of squat, the center of gravity of your body should be in the midfoot. So while going down, you should not be like on your toes or on your heels. It should be in between. And yeah, depending upon what part of the squat you are, the center of gravity might shift a little bit forward or backward, but try to like consciously maintain it at the center of your feet. That way you'll have more stability. Otherwise, if it's at the toe or at the knee, there are chances that during the execution of point, a time might come when that center of gravity thing like goes beyond your feet and you might lose the balance. So try to have it like in the center of the feet. So down, up, and depending upon everyone's mobility, they can like either go very deep like this or like a shallow squat. And try to maintain the upper body like upright as possible. Like this is wrong, like try not to go like this. Try to maintain like a good posture, upper body, and then this up or this up. So we'll do like around 12 repetitions of squat. So 1, 2, 3. Also try to have it like in a more controlled fashion. Like this could lead to, what I'll do now may lead to injury. Like if you like fall like this and then fall up, so that's like not a proper way. Try to have it like more controlled. Cool. So my earlier plan was to do another set of lunges and another set of squat, but we'll just do one set today because we are running out of time, and move to core workouts now. So these two are like the two workouts that we did for legs are the most basic workouts for legs, and we can like keep increasing the intensity. Like we can have weights and then increase the intensity, or do more reps, more slower reps, and more number of sets that will increase the intensity. So then now we are going to core workouts, which mostly involves like your abs, your side part of the abs called obliques, and then your lower back muscles. So remove this down. So we'll start with planks, which are like the most famous, I would say, exercise. So just go in this position like this. And then just hold this position for how much ever time you can. If you can hold this for more than a minute, just do it for a minute for now. So that's plank. Some important things to remember for plank is your your hips should not be very up or very low. Try to have your upper body parallel to ground or slightly lower. But yeah, this position. Also, you'll find it easier to do plank if you have your arm this thing back. If it's like this, it's easier because then your arms are taking much of the load, not your core. So try to have it more forward, either 90 degree, this angle 90 degree, or slightly forward. I'll share a video on plank on our group where it talks more about whether you should go like this or you should be more upright and things like that. So once planks are done, if this one is done, we'll do the same thing but on side. So side plank, something like this. Maybe some of you can move your camera so that I can see, because right now for most Agniva is fine, but for Umesh, Bhromil, Manisha, I see their bookshelves and fan. Yeah, this hand you can just have it here like this. And for legs, the position of leg could be something like this. Your top leg could be in front of the feet of your bottom leg, or one on top of the other, whichever you feel convenient at this point. Okay, so each side we can do maybe 20 seconds to a minute. Okay, so once that is done, we'll do, so this kind of covers all of the core, but these were something called isometric exercises, you hold a position for a while. And for core, the main purpose of core muscles are like that, it gives you a stability. So generally these kind of exercises where you hold a position for a while are important for core. But next we'll also do an exercise which involves some motions. It's a dynamic exercise, and so get like this, just raise your shoulders like this. Can you see me? Okay. And then just both legs joined and then just move up. Do not drop it on ground, just bring it close and then up. Yeah. If you all can see Umesh, yeah, that's a good angle. Just do it the way Umesh is doing.
Are there any tips for breathing during this? When you breathe in, when you breathe out?
So generally, the way most of the exercises are when you go to the rest position. That's when you breathe out. So for squat, for example, and you go down, then you breathe in, and then when you come back to the rest position, like up position, then you breathe out. So for here, it would be like so this is a bit tricky. I would say just do it whatever it comes naturally to you. Sometimes it's difficult, like which for a particular exercise, which is the rest position. So just do it a few reps, and then I think your body would automatically come to an agreement. Okay, this is how I should breathe to keep doing this exercise. But a general thumb rule for most of the exercises is that at the position from which you started, you like breathe in and then breathe out. In regard to running, next week we are going to share some resources like on breathing, especially related to like running. Like during running, how should one breathe? So yeah, this one you can do like for 12 reps. So while going down, I breathe out. That's what. Because that's kind of a rest position, right? Like you move it up and then. So the final exercise for today is push-up. So I think all of you that have done push-up at some point. So just go in this position. Like this. It's again like the same thing as plank, like this body or upper body should not be like this or like this. It should be either parallel or slightly leaning down. Your arms should be again slightly wider than your shoulder width, and then you go down and up. One important thing to remember while going down is like not to take your elbow like this, like not to tear it out like this. So this is wrong. Try to go down with your elbows more going like backwards than side. This is wrong. This is right. But if you are having trouble doing that, maybe you can try expanding your like stance. Just
What if
like
you can't do push-up?
just hold that and then just do something like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Drumel, try to keep your head up. Like while doing push-up, not to go like down. Like try to keep the head in the same neutral position.
It might also be good to do it on your knees, right? If you can't.
Yeah, that's also like something you can start. Like instead of like going this way, like start with your knee and then go slightly lower. But the neat one, I think everyone would be able to do. So like just to make it little harder, I would say not to be on knee, but go like very light. Maybe not go all the way, but go like very light. Something like that. Okay, and the final exercise is again in same position as push-up, but what we'll do is we'll take one leg and bring it like this, and then this, so it's from side. like this. So try to touch your elbow with your knee, like this. Yeah, all these like push-up based exercises, the repetitions could be whatever you feel convenient. For some it might be 5, for some it could be 20. So that varies a lot. But the idea is to like increase everything progressively. So next week maybe we'll do more. Yeah, so that's it for core workouts. Maybe after 2-3 weeks we can combine the last two workouts like push-ups and the thing. So instead of doing this, do like this and then up, then up. But that's maybe after 2-3 weeks. So that's it for most of the workout. Now we'll quickly do static stretches, which again most of you who are running, they might know these. And these are like more kind of cooling exercises. And you should do these static stretches after your runs as well. So we'll start with calf stretch. So just have any wall or something. Take your, focus more on my, take like one leg back and then try to touch, like for this back foot, try to touch the ground with your ankle, like this thing. So this thing should try to like touch the ground, but the whole motion should be this. And hold this position for about 10 seconds. Next leg. So these are called static stretches because unlike dynamic stretches, we are not like moving, like we are holding a position for like something. So 10 seconds each side. The next is squat, but like in a static fashion. So go in a squat position, hold it for some time, and then up. Like hold for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then up. And we'll just do one, like hold it for some time, and then up. That's it. All right. Any question? So next one is have your legs crossed and try to touch toes with your. And again hold it for about 10 to 12 seconds. Change like the other leg. Yeah. Then back extension like this, and then go back and then hold for 10 to 12 seconds. Okay. Then hamstring stretch. Like lift your front leg, hold it with the other hand. You can like hold a wall or something for balance and then just hold it in that position for 10 seconds. Yeah, if you are unable to take it like very high, just take it as high as you can. But hold for it. Then gradually extend it like this. Again, like holding it from here and try to extend and then down. Yeah, this part is difficult, so just do it for like 4 seconds. Now same thing with the other leg. Up, hold. Then extend and then down. So this was like to stretch your hamstring. Now we'll do same thing for quad, which is like the front part of the thigh. Hamstring is this back part of thigh. So hold it like this and like try to stretch it, like pull it from back. Yeah, you can like bend a bit forward, like if you have difficulty maintaining balance. Again, about 10 seconds hold. And again, there are two more this kind of pulling exercise that we'll do on ground again. So lay on your back on ground or mat. Bend your knee like this and then raise your hip slightly. Again, in this one also, like hold it instead of like doing repetitions, like hold it for 10 seconds and then down and maybe then repeat 3 to 4 times. So up, hold and down. Up, hold, down. Yeah. Yeah. In doing this, try like not to bring your ankle very close, like not to have it like this, like have it like more open, and just lift it gently and down. Because if you have your ankle like way back and then you try to lift it, sometimes you might get like strain in this area, like in your hamstring. So just start gently, like have it like more wide open and then just slightly up. And the last exercise for the day is like you go in this front position and then just push it like this and hold this position for like 10 seconds. It's like that cobra position. Yeah, the idea here is like not to lift your belly should be like above the ground, but like the part like your waist and all should still be in contact with the ground. So something like this. You can like change your hand position to achieve that. Then hold it for 10 seconds and do this like 2 times. All right, that's it for today. Any question, any comment? Was it more intensive, less intensive?
It was good. It was a good mix. It was comfortable and it was nice. Some things pushed us, but like most things we could follow.
Hello?
Can you
Sorry,
hear?
I did not hear anything. I think it was frozen for a while.
Okay. I said it was good. It was a good mix of both. Like there were some things that were like most things were comfortable. Some things like push-ups and all I'm not used to. But otherwise, on the most part, it was really nice.
So maybe next week what I'll do is I'll again go through the same thing, but instead of like today I repeated, like I gave so many like times I repeated the same thing, I think, like just because it was our first time going. So next week we'll just go through the whole thing, like instead of like repeating, and maybe do a few more reps, like repetitions of squats and lunges, and also more repetitions of that like when that ab workout in which like you lay down and then raise your legs. But otherwise the dynamic stretches that we did like before doing the leg workout and the static stretches that we did after the core workouts, those should be done before and after your runs as well, especially like the long runs. Maybe if you don't have time, you may not go through like 10 repetitions, but 5 repetitions or something like that. So that's important.
So will Sunday's session be a different set of exercises?
Yeah, I think so. Again, it should target the whole thing, like at least the lower body and core, because those two are the main areas that we are focusing on for running. But that's why I wanted to have like push-ups, which kind of takes care of little bit of upper body, and also that even like plank takes care of little bit of upper body. But yeah, it's mostly core and legs.